I'm meteorologist Lissette Gonzalez with your Tropics update, and today is the peak of the hurricane season, September 10th, also marking 1 year since Hurricane Irma made landfall across the Keys here in South Florida and just devastated not only South Florida but the entire state. And as it is the peak of hurricane season, we are tracking 3 hurricanes and 2 disturbances. We will begin with Hurricane Florence, which has undergone rapid intensification. On the satellite image, you can see that well-defined eye, and folks along the East Coast, especially the Carolinas or Virginia, the Mid-Atlantic, are preparing for a dangerous and major hurricane. In fact, as of the latest 11 a.m. advisory, Florence has increased in strength. The max sustained winds 115 miles an hour, making this a major Category 3 hurricane, and it's located about 580 miles southeast of Bermuda, moving west at 13 miles an hour, forecast to become a Category 4 possibly later today into tomorrow, and then it'll track towards the west-northwest, likely approaching the Carolina coast as we get into Thursday and Friday, as potentially a Category 4 could be making landfall here, and then it'll weaken to a Category 1 once it interacts with the land. And unfortunately, for now, it looks like this will be a long-duration event with the potential for heavy rain, as the moisture associated with Florence looks to be just kind of sitting across these areas through the Carolinas, the southeast, and into the mid-Atlantic as we head into the weekend. So a catastrophic flooding will be possible. Also damaging gusty winds. The highest start right now where the red is shaded there in North Carolina, South Carolina especially. Also life-threatening storm surge. And here are the models for Florence, and as you can see, most of the models really coming together and in agreement that Florence will continue to move west-northwest and likely towards the Carolina coast or Virginia. So right now, folks there are preparing, hopefully, for what could be a very destructive and a powerful hurricane. In the meantime, Isaac is Category 1, so still a Category 1. That hasn't changed since the recent advisory. As of 11 a.m., max sustained wind 75 miles an hour. It's located about 1,100 miles east of the Windward Islands, moving west at 14 miles per hour. Forecast to maintain Category 1 strength as it moves across the Lesser Antilles on Thursday morning into Friday. Should weaken as it heads into the Caribbean to a tropical storm by Friday morning. And then after that, there's a lot of uncertainty as to what will happen, how strong it'll be, where it will go. There are a few models keeping Isaac kind of recurving back out into the open waters of the Atlantic, while many of the models are continuing to forecast that Isaac will move across the Caribbean on that westerly track and maybe just stay south of Cuba or South Florida. It's still too soon to say. Certainly one we'll have to keep a close eye on. Hurricane Helene has strengthened. It's now Category 2 out in the eastern Atlantic. We don't have to worry about Helene. Max sustained winds 105 miles. It's located 115 miles southeast of the Cape Verde Islands, moving west-northwest at 16 miles an hour. Forecast to become a Category 3, likely later today or into tomorrow, then a Category 1 Wednesday as it moves northwest. And notice that then it starts moving north as a tropical storm Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It'll likely stay out in the open waters of the Atlantic. And then we're watching 2 waves. This cluster of showers and storms in the northwestern Caribbean has a 40% chance, a medium potential of cyclone development as it moves west-northwest across the Yucatan and eventually into the western Gulf of Mexico later this week. It could become our next depression, and a non-tropical area of low pressure is forecast to form here in the central Atlantic, several hundred miles southwest of the Azores. It has a 40% chance, a medium potential of acquiring tropical or subtropical cyclone characteristics. In the meantime, we'll keep you updated on all that's going on here in the tropics on our website, cbsmiami.com and CBS4.